Back home, in this second part of our two-part interview on Bedouin society, we take a closer look at what life is like for a modern Bedouin woman. Amal Al-Jashouj, director of the Negev Institute for Strategies of Peace and Development, told IBA's Leah Stern how her generation seems to be living in between two worlds.
When you look at my generation, it's a generation lives in between two cultures. From one side, I want to gain experiences and knowledge and be open and be part of this big world and globalization and all these things. But I know that I want to be part of my community. So there is no way that you can be only there and not here. So you have to work in between all the time, because you have to be part of the big world, and then you have to be part of your community because you want to do something in your community. And if people don't accept you, then you cannot do anything and you cannot lead the process of a change. So it's a really very sensitive line that you have to walk on it. Sometimes I used to call it living in between two doors. And you have to keep all two doors open. The door to be open for the world, the door to be able to go back to your community and to still feel part of it and still work with your people, because this is your people. This is where you want to raise your kids. So it's this. So my generation is really facing in a very huge and big conflict. Many girls, many young women would fail in that conflict. Some of them will escape. Some of them, they will succeed to navigate in between and to create their own way. And I feel like I created my own way. I know to be part of what's going on in Darfur and to feel very and to be aware of what's going on in United States and everywhere in the world, but still to know what's going on between two tribes here and to know which kind of project I can provide to solve the problem here. So yeah, so when you are talking about the women, I think that we have to combine the women's power that they used to have in the past and our openness, my generation, to bring my mother generation and my generation together and to create the generation that can cope with this transition. And this is why most of the programs, most of the projects that my organization is leading is based on people's abilities and not only in people's needs. Because if you build a program in people's needs, then you disempower people. If you build a project in people's ability, then you empower people. And for example, talking about embroidery and weaving, this is people's ability. So through the embroidery that people do have, people will learn how to market, people will learn how to manage their businesses, people will know how to communicate business. And this is modern stuff, but based on their abilities and in their culture and their identity, so people feel more belong to the products than if they have something new that they don't relate to it.